Okay, so here's the Laurie famous turkey dumpling gravy. Actually, you're going to start with your stock. I use collagen chicken broth. I have 2 of them in here, and you bring that to a boil. If you want to stretch it further, you can add water, but you're just going to make your broth out of this and taste it. If it needs more flavoring, you can add, I use this solid paste base, chicken soup base. You can use the crystals that are chicken flavored. I actually like the chicken broth better. I think that it has more flavor than the turkey, but you can use turkey also. You're going to bring that to a boil, and then you're going to taste it. Be careful when you add this. It's salty, so you got to add just a little bit at a time and taste it. So get your broth, the flavor that you want it, and bring it to a boil like that. What I usually do then is I add just 1 or 2 drops of yellow food coloring. Whoops. And you got to be careful, you don't want fluorescent gravy, so 1 or 2 drops of yellow food coloring. If you have chicken or turkey stock, you can add that to this for more flavor. Right now I don't have my turkey done, so I'm not going to use it, but 3 cups of all-purpose cooking flour. You're going to use 3 cups. For every cup, you're going to use an egg. So I have 3 eggs in here. You're going to put that in the center right there. You're going to take your fork and you're going to start mixing it around. And actually, by seeing this mixture, I can tell I'm going to need another egg. So I'm going to make it 4 eggs. I've never made the actual recipe before here by recipe. I just do it by looks. But so that's 3 cups of flour to 4 eggs. And as you can see, it's kind of getting crumbly. So with that boiling right now, your stock, there's no other way to do this but get your hands in there. And you're going to kind of fluff this around. You're going to shake off the excess flour and you're going to sprinkle that in your boiling pot. You can make them bigger by squeezing them together here and there like that, and then shake off the excess flour and put them in your pot that's boiling. My kids like them bigger, so I kind of scrunch them together. If you can see this is too floury, you can still add another egg, which I probably could do, but you just want it to be where it's going to start to form. And I think I will add 1 more egg. So I would do probably 2 cups of flour to 3 eggs. That's probably better. And again, just mix it around like that. You want your dumplings to be a little bit bigger, so you want them to stick together a little bit more. And that's just right there. So again, you're going to pick them up, kind of squeeze it together, shake off the excess flour, and just drop them in the boiling water. You can't mess this up. I mean, it's just according to how many dumplings you want. There's a big one. And you can stir your pot every once in a while, but that's it. That's the end of it. I'll go ahead and finish all the rest of this later, but you put it in there like that. You're going to stir them as they're cooking. Actually, that's a pretty good amount. But once you're going to bring it to a boil, you're going to let it simmer for about 10 minutes. Turn it down. I like to add pepper. I don't add no salt because the salt is pretty heavy in the broth, and if you use this. So once that simmers for about 10 minutes, you can actually thicken your gravy a little bit. And I just use water and flour. I make a little paste like that. You can see water and flour. And slowly add that to your gravy to the thickness you want it. But be careful, don't get it too thick because it thickens up as it sits. You can see how that's stopping the boil a little bit. So there we go. There's our dumpling gravy. And again, you can keep thickening it to however thick you want it. Just do a little bit at a time. So you could have let it simmer a little bit longer before you added the thickening, but you can see how it turned out. There we go. And there's a lot more left over, so I would do 2 cups of flour to 3 eggs. That should be plenty. Okay.